गुड आफ्टरनून फ्रेंड्स, ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ माय रिटायर्ड लाइफ फाउंडेशन आप सबका सबकी सुनो प्रोग्राम में हार्दिक स्वागत है। जैसे कि आपको मालूम ही है, मंथली हमारी प्रोग्राम होती है जिसमें कि सबको बोलने का मौका मिलता है। दे कैन टॉक ऑन एनी इशू व्हाट दे वांट। सो फॉर एंकरिंग दिस पर्टिकुलर मंथ सबकी सुनो प्रोग्राम वी हैव विद अस आवर डियर कोलीग रमणी मूर्ति मैडम, जो स्पीकर भी हैं। तो मैं रमणी मूर्ति मैडम से आग्रह करता है कि आए और प्रोग्राम का संचालन करें। मैडम, फ्लोर इज ओपन।
थैंक यू सेन गुप्ता सर जी। मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
आ रही है।
ओके, गुड इवनिंग फ्रेंड्स, और आप सबको मेरा प्यार भरा नमस्कार। और मैं तहे दिल से आभार मान प्रकट करती हूँ सेन गुप्ता सर जी का, जिन्होंने मुझे अवसर दिया ये कार्यक्रम प्रस्तुत करने का। तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं हमारा आज का इस महीने का सबकी सुनो प्रोग्राम। हमें आज का हमारा पहला वक्ता जो है श्री रमणी अय्यर जी, बहुत ही पता नहीं आप लोग जानते हैं कि नहीं, बहुत ही शरारती हैं, बहुत ही शरारती हैं। और उनके जो बातें होती हैं, जो आज हम सुनाने वाले हैं, बहुत मजेदार भी होते हैं और जानकार भी। तो चलिए बुलाते हैं रमणी सर जी, आइए और प्रस्तुत करिए। आपके खजाने से आज क्या निकलता है, देखते हैं।
थैंक यू रमणी मूर्ति जी। टुडे आई विल नॉट से एनीथिंग, और कोई शरारत नहीं होगी। I will give you more and more of information, and let us see how you like it.
Yes, sir. Yes,
thank you,
please.
Sangupta sir, for giving me an opportunity. Good evening, friends. The date today is 8. I will be talking to you today on the significance of the number 8 in various fields that we come across. As per numerology, number 8 represents authority, self-confidence, inner strength, inner wisdom, social status, ego, love for humanity, and a desire for peace and professionalism. In Sanskrit, the number 8 is known as Ashta, and we all know Ashtavinayak, Ashtalakshmi, Ashtanidhi, Ashtaishwarya, Ashtasiddhi, Ashtadikpalas, etc. Maharshi Patanjali is believed to have established Ashtanga Yoga. Number 8 is the favorite number of Lord Krishna. He was the 8th avatar of Vishnu, born as the 8th child of Vasudeva and Devaki on the 8th day, Ashtami, of the waning fortnight. Sri Krishna is believed to have had 8 wives as the first prime consorts and 16,000 gopis, 16,100 gopis. Again, it is 1 plus 6 plus 1, 8. Also, Krishna is supposed to have lived for 125 years total. 1 plus 2 plus 5 is 8 before relinquishing his avatar. You can see that number 8 is intrinsically linked with Sri Krishna. In Hinduism, the associated numbers of 8 like 18, 28, 48, 108 and 1008 are also considered significant. In Buddhism, the Dharma Chakra, which is a Buddhist symbol, has 8 spokes representing the noble eightfold path of attainment. In Christianity, there are 8 beatitudes, which are blessings recounted by Jesus Christ on the Sermon on the Mount. Also, the Holy Bible talks of 8 persons in Noah's Ark: Noah, his wife, his 3 sons and their wives. The founder of Sikhism, Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji, was born on the 8th of November, 1470. In the field of mathematics, 8 is the 6th number in the Fibonacci series and is the only number other than 1 that is a perfect cube, 2 cube. In science, we all know that oxygen is essential for life, and the atomic number of oxygen is 8. The maximum number of electrons that can occupy a valency shell is 8. In the periodic table, each of the rows of the table, called periods, contain 8 elements and that increased in atomic mass from left to right. We are living in an age of digital technology, which is based on binary digits, where byte is a unit of data that consists of 8 binary digits. When speech is converted into digital format, it is sampled 8,000 times per second, and each sample is encoded into 8 bits. In literature, Krishnadevaraya of the Vijayanagara Empire nurtured Ashtadiggaja, which is the collective title given to the 8 Telugu scholars and poets in his court. In Indian history, the Quit India movement started on the 8th day of 8th month of the Gregorian calendar. India won independence from the British rule in the 8th month of the year 1947, and now we are in the 8th decade of independent India. In the field of sports, we all know that chessboard is made up of lattice of 8 rows and 8 columns and uses 8 pawns. Those of us who followed the IPL final match recently would have noticed that Ravindra Jadeja was the last ball hero and his chess number was 8. Earlier, Anil Kumble and Mohammad Azharuddin also used jersey number 8. And those of you who followed yesterday's match, Stuart Broad also was sporting the chess number 8. In the field of education, the UNESCO recognizes 8 levels of education, starting from primary to PhD. Many of us may not know that a normal human body has a fixed proportion where the total body height is equal to 8 times the height of the head. Some of us who have learned drawing would definitely remember this. These are the first lessons taught, that the whole line is drawn into 8 and then the body portions are placed on that. In the course of my thought process for this talk, I came across a few more instances to bring the importance of the number 8. It was 8th June 1948 when Air India International started its first flight from Bombay to London with the aircraft named Malabar Princess. For the driving test, all of us have to draw a figure of 8 with the vehicle. The number of English letters in the name Chanakya is 8, as also in the name of Sengupta. The pin code of Nerul, where I live, is 400706, which totals 8. And the housing society where I live is named Infinity, which is nothing but the figure 8 turned into the landscape position. I just discovered that my other number also ends with the digit 8. Thank you, madam. I don't want to talk for 8 minutes. Here it is ending. Thank you.
Very well spoken, sir. As I told you, बहुत शरारती है, तो उन्होंने शरारत की, अच्छा लगा, and really you have given a lot of, I mean, ज्ञानोदय हुआ 8 नंबर के बारे में आज. Very nice, sir. Very nice. So,
Thank you.
next, you're welcome, sir. So next we go our next speaker. Is Ujjwal Roy, who's he plays a very good instruments. So let's see what he's going to play today. And we will hear what the musical speaks today. Ujjwal ji, aaiye.
Namaskar. Thank you. Thanks to all members of MRL giving me this opportunity. And madam, today I'm not going to play any musical this thing. Just sharing some idea which I actually got interest. I read a book and some ideas I liked actually. So just thought of sharing it. It is actually the book is Atomic Habits. Many of you must have already read, but the ideas was very interesting to me, so I thought I will share it. So actually, the concept comes from many of us. We know that it is very difficult to adopt some good habit, like early rising early in the morning and going to bed early. These are all good habits, but it is very difficult to adopt those habits. And similarly, bad habits also, removing the bad habits from our schedule is also difficult. Drinking a lot of tea, drinking a lot of the snacks and all, they are all bad habits, some of the example, and it is very difficult to get rid of them. So the book deals with that, how your small habits. So instead of just targeting for a big change in your habit, how the small habits. So the author called it as atomic habits, like atoms form molecule. So the small habits, if we do. So uh, the first tips what I got is, suppose if you want to adopt a new habit, suppose you want to start meditation. Normally we think, oh, okay, it will take 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour. Oh, a lot wastage of time. Will I be able to manage it? So the tip is you start the habit just for 1 minute first. You start the habit 1 minute and then keep on doing it 1 minute, 1 minute, then later increase it. Just don't postpone it. If you want to adopt some good habit, don't postpone it. Just start the habit, even it is for 1 minute. Then any habit, if we want to do, then the summarily what we understand from the book is, they say you have to make it attractive. See, we do not do anything without any reward. Suppose if somebody wants me to do something, normally I think what is in it for me. So even the habit forming also, there are reward and there are obviousness. So if something is very obvious, yes. Am I audible, right? Hello?
Yeah, audible, audible.
Yeah, I got some noise actually. Yeah, okay. So then the second tips which I found very interesting, it is called habit stacking. Actually, habit stacking, what they call it, suppose if you are already doing something, suppose if you are going for a morning walk, or for reading some books, or playing some instrument or something like that, you add something to it. Just don't get it, that don't do it separately. Suppose then the idea is, if I going for a morning walk, then after coming from the morning walk, do the meditation for 5 minutes. So it is very easy to stack it through some habit. Instead of doing a separate habit, okay, I will start meditating, it becomes a big effort for me. But if I stack it with the morning walk, it becomes easier. That is one good habit. Then you should reduce your friction time for getting a new habit, and you give some temptation to it. So just give a reward to yourself. If I go for a morning walk, then coming back from morning walk, I will have a cup of tea, nice cup of tea. So the nice cup of tea is actually a temptation, and the morning walk will automatically follow. Yes, after I come back, then only I will get. So you have to keep waiting till the morning walk is finished. So these are all the small habits, and uh, they say ki if you improve yourself 1% every day, so every 1% will count. Like your money is compounded. If you put some money in your RD or systematic investment plan, SIP, it grows. Likewise, your habit also, if you keep on doing something small changes, it will go and compounding. Maybe you will not notice the changes immediately, but later you will be able to think. Another thing which is important is never, if you want to do some good habit, and suppose I want to rise early and I am missing it, I am not able to do it. So miss it once, twice, but don't miss it repeatedly. So once you miss it, twice you meet it, but don't miss it repeatedly. So somehow you do it. So automatically the habit will be formed. And reducing friction is one of the good tips which they are giving. Reducing friction means, if I want to do some good habit, adopt some good habit, then you have to micro plan the habit. You just don't do, I want to do a meditation. Don't do it, don't plan it like a meditation. You plan it as a small, okay, I will sit for 5 minutes, I will sit idle for some time. Then if I feel it comfortable, I will go for meditation for some more time, like this. So reduce your friction. So these are the things summarily in the books, and the books has a lot of chapters, 10, 12 chapters, and there are a lot of interesting stories. So this was the idea I wanted to share, and thank you. Thanks.
रमनी मूर्ति जी अनम्यूट करिए प्लीज।
So very well spoken, Ujjalji. I also understand what you said, because things, when you do, when you enjoy things and you start a thing, you definitely get successful. Otherwise कैसे होता है कि उफ अब कल सुबह उठ के योगा करना है, ये सोच के ही मन में आज रहने दो कल करते हैं, ये हो जाता है. The time you slow and steady, as you say, no, you take step by step and you enjoy doing that work, I think you get successful. Very well spoken, sir. Thank you. अब हमारे नेक्स्ट वक्ता हैं नवीन जी. नवीन जी का कोई, जहां तक मैंने ध्यान दिया है, कोई स्क्रिप्ट होती नहीं है, बस वो मन की बात कहते हैं और आज सुनते हैं क्या कहना चाहते हैं. नवीन जी आइए. स्पीकर ऑन करिए नवीन जी.
गुड इवनिंग एवरीबॉडी. नमस्कार. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, आपने मुझे मौका दिया डॉक्टर सेन गुप्ता, और आपने अच्छा तारीफ की, उसका भी धन्यवाद. यस, अगर हम सोच के लिख के बोलें तो हम स्कूल कॉलेज और जब काम कर रहे थे वैसा बोल रहे हैं, लेकिन एक गॉड गिफ्टेड प्रैक्टिस हो जाती है, एक्सपीरियंस होता है, बिलीफ सिस्टम हो जाता है. तो इसका जो तत्व कहने का ये मतलब है कि इवन हम रिटायर्ड लाइफ में या एल्डरली लाइफ में भी अपनी सेम रूटीन्स को थोड़ा मॉडिफाई करें. जैसे कि सोक्रेटिस जी ने लिखा था, नो दाई सेल्फ. व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय नो दाई सेल्फ? ओ आई शुड नो माई सेल्फ, आई शुड अंडरस्टैंड माई सेल्फ. बट ओल्ड एज में एक बड़ा डिफिकल्ट चक्कर हो जाता है कि हमारी जो एनर्जी लेवल्स होती हैं, whether it is financial energy, it is health energy, it is breath energy, it is your movement energy, it is whatever environment you are in, तो उसको स्लो डाउन करने में काफ़ी टाइम लग जाता है. और इसके लिए कई लोग स्क्रिप्चर्स काफ़ी पढ़ते हैं, ध्यान देते हैं, बट ध्यान नहीं लगता, बस वो बोलते जाते हैं, उनको डेली आता है, सारी ज़िंदगी रटाफिकेशन किया, ठीक है. लेकिन मेरा ये कहना है कि एक सिंसियर सीकर की तरफ से द कंसेप्ट ऑफ सेल्फ जो है उसमें दो पार्ट्स हैं, एक फिजिकल बॉडी है और एक सुपर कॉन्शियस या कॉन्शियस है. जो सुपर बॉडी है इसके 5 एलिमेंट्स हैं जो सब जानते हैं और मुझे बताने की जरूरत नहीं है, लेकिन उस 5 एलिमेंट्स को मैनेज करके अगर हम अपनी माइंड का उसको काबू में ले आए, मंकी इन द माइंड को काबू में ले आए, और साथ में छोटे छोटे आपने गोल सेट करें, और हम गए चलो लेट्स हैव दिस, बट एक रूटीन एक टाइम अगर किया है तो उसको फॉलो अप करें. लेकिन ये सब हमारे प्रैक्टिकल डे टू डे लाइफ में हम करते आ रहे थे और करते आ रहे हैं, लेकिन हम एक बात भूल जाते हैं, जब हमारी एनर्जी लेवल इस उम्र में कम हो जाती है, हम अपनी मेडिकल वेलफेयर ऑफ द बॉडी वो हम थोड़ा उसको इग्नोर करते हैं, छोड़ो हम बाद में करते हैं. जैसे कि हमारे रॉय साहब ने भी बताया और रमनी साहब ने भी फिगर 8 की बात बताई, तो लाइफ इज लाइक ए फिगर 8. तो अगर पतले रहते हैं तो फिगर 8 होते हैं, नहीं तो फिर कहते हैं 2 फैट लेडीज इज 88. मतलब हमारा वेट भी बढ़ जाता है, मन भी वो हो जाता है, अरे छोड़ो बाद में क्या जरूरत है. So we are not using all our 5 senses in the right way or balancing the activity with one another. I'm not talking about perfection. I'm only saying is performance. और मॉर्निंग में अगर नमस्कार सूर्य किया, उसके बाद उसने जो भी किया उसको जैसा ठीक लगता है, उसको टाइम लगता है, पेट साफ किया उसका टाइम लगता है, चाय कॉफी पिया ठीक है, बट अपनी हियरिंग एड और बोलने की शक्ति, देखने की शक्ति, सेंस ऑफ फीलिंग, sense of taste, touch, and more than that is the affectionate smile, that it counts more. So it is a mirror effect. When you see yourself in the mirror in the morning, we think. But अगर आपको वही improve करना है, जैसे कि आजकल की communication skills में बताते हैं, they are always telling, oh, there are 3 types of communication. You go for intrapersonal skill when you are young, you feel body confidence, you have a body posture, you have body language, you have the contents of that. That creates an interest on the facial expression also. That's what you see all those great actors. Each one of us of MR is a great artist, an actor, and for that we appreciate that. The second is the group communication. जो जैसे आप आज का दिन हमको मौका मिला, हमने अपना माइंडसेट किया, न्यूज सुनी, इंफॉर्मेशन सुनी, रमनी सर ने भी बहुत अच्छे पॉइंट्स बताए, ऐसे उसको करके उन्होंने एक्सप्रेस किया ताकि सबका कुछ बेनिफिशियल हो। और जो मास कम्युनिकेशन है, जो कॉलेज में हम पढ़ते थे भाई वो ऐसा ऐसा वो डायलॉग्स होते थे, लेकिन एक्चुअली इट इज, ये हमें बहुत, हमें सौभाग्य की बात है, वी आर वेरी प्राउड ऑफ डॉक्टर सेन गुप्ता एंड MRL that we have got mass communication skill of singing, acting, of skits, name the thing, going to the picnic, photography, name the activities. So far well done, thanks to Dr. Sen Gupta and the whole team. But ये सब तीनों का मतलब इंट्रापर्सनल, ग्रुप कम्युनिकेशन एंड मास कम्युनिकेशन में आगे क्या हो रहा है, हमें ये डर है आज का कि वो आइए आइए आइए, वो व्हाट हैज हैपेंड इज व्हेन कंप्यूटर टेक्नोलॉजी हैज गॉन हायर, technology has increased to IA, that was intelligence automation, like the Alexia. You just speak out, you get the answer. You speak it in the Google, you get an answer, or you get a reply, or you can understand. That is a time quick kar raha hai. After some time, what happened was the business process management, which you did in banking and all. My idea of informing is that business automation means ये जो आपके ATM कार्ड्स आए, ये आए, POS आए, फिर उसके बाद स्क्रीन हैंडलिंग हुआ, कंप्यूटर्स में आ गया, मोबाइल बैंकिंग हो गया, वगैरह वगैरह। एंड फिर जो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग ग्रुप में आया, रोबोटिक प्रोसेस ऑटोमेशन। व्हाट इज द रोबोटिक प्रोसेस ऑटोमेशन इज टू रिड्यूस द हाई रिस्क ऑफ, जहाँ पे ह्यूमन लाइफ्स आर एट स्टेक और रिस्क, उसको रिप्लेस करके रोबोट्स को यूज करके उसको टेक्नोलॉजी को बढ़ाया। एंड में अभी पब्लिक जो मीडिया वाले हमको डरा रहे हैं, AI AI AI, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, आर्टिफिशियल, मेरा सवाल है, द चॉइस इज योर्स। मैन कैन मैनेज द माइंड and can manage computers, but computers and other digital, all these forms are controlling us. But there is, we have to train the brain. When I have to be on the physical side, when I have to be the objective side, my goal setting to get better result, information, that's use all the digital technology. But what I have to choose is my mind and my body and my soul. एंड में जो बोल रहे हैं मेडिटेशन का, एक मेरा एक डिफरेंस है, meditation is not concentration of thoughts, or that's what all the gurus have said and we have read and experienced. It is a deconcentration of the excessive thoughts and mind at a focal point. It is just relaxing, singing the music, and you're in the trance and you go relax yourself. That state of mind is meditation for me. It is for, you can do for a very few minutes, maybe 2 or 3 minutes an hour, 2 or 3 minutes whenever you're a little tired, close your eyes, take a deep breath. And first is to get all the system, we say just slow down, calm down, calm down, calm down. जब calm down हुए, जब उठते हैं हम क्या करते हैं, अरे अभी दिल नहीं चाहता है, जरा कॉफी पी लें, मनमानी करते हैं। My only thing is, the first thing you get up is thank God I am alive, I'm doing good job. और अगर आपको पता होगा, कई लोग योगा में करते हैं वस्त्रिका, जैसे ऐसे करते हैं, close your eyes, take a deep breath and take one. ऐसे 15 से 20 राउंड करें, 3 राउंड करें, तो आपकी ऑक्सीजन लेवल सिस्टम के अंदर जो बॉडी का है, जो एक डॉर्मेंट स्टेज में थी while at sleep, आप जाग गए हैं, फिर उसको एक्टिवेट किया, ब्रीदिंग और ब्लड सर्कुलेशन ठीक हुआ, देन यू स्टार्ट योर एक्सरसाइज और व्हाटएवर, गो लुक एट द सन और गो, आई मीन डू योर रूटीन. So this Vastrika helps you to come to the active stage of life. Last lecture में मैंने कहा था, before you start walking, even think about your left nostril and right nostril. अगर right nostril है, that means left brain is okay, I am alert, I am active, I can manage. और ये जो Vastrika की है, my muscles are okay, body movement okay है, मुंडी मुंडी हिलाया, thank God I have flushed my nostril, I am ready. This helps us to overcome this laziness, or we say lethargy. In the end, I would not say much about other things of media and all. Only I would say, rightly understand your body, your mind, and your soul, and the total acceptance of the present state is what you are and what you want. It is not what is described in only the Mahabharata or that. उसके scriptures पढ़ने से हमारा mind वो wavelengths को manage करता है. जैसे एक boat का राही है और उसका जो radar होता है उसको control करता है. मैं ये left जा रहा हूँ, right जा रहा हूँ, left जा रहा हूँ, right जा रहा हूँ. या हवाई जहाज में भी जो ऊपर जाते हैं तो दोनों दोस्त, so you know where you are floating in life. With that, I wish each and everyone a very good positive attitude, acceptance, be in the present moment, and in the end, I would not say talk less or talk more. Talk when required. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Sen Gupta ji. Jai Hind.
थैंक यू नवीन जी, बहुत अच्छा बोला आपने। और मुझे भी वही लगता है, स्टेट ऑफ माइंड इज वेरी मच इम्पोर्टेंट कुछ भी करने के लिए। तो कि जहाँ चाह है वहाँ राह है, तो वैसे ही है। मन अगर खुश हो और मन से कुछ करना चाहूं तो एवरीथिंग इज पॉसिबल। तो थैंक यू सो मच। अगले वक्ता जो हमारे आ रहे हैं वो है आर के मोदी जी। मोदी जी आइए और सुनाइए, आज का आपका ज्ञान सुनते हैं। और जब भी मोदी जी को बुलाती मुझे लगता है मैं अपने प्राइम मिनिस्टर को बुला रही हूँ।
थैंक यू अपना उतने ऊपर सीढ़ी पे चढ़ाने के लिए है। एनीवे, nowadays if you go to the any TV channel and listen the debate, one thing is coming in every debate: secularism. Every party is blaming others. You are not secular. You are not secular. So I thought that I should talk on secularism as a general man, not as a political party. Am I audible?
Yeah, audible.
Okay. So let us see what is secularism. Secularism refers to the independence of states' governance from religion. It means that a state functions as a neutral towards all of its citizens without giving unjust precedence to one religion over the other. India is a country comprising of various religions such as Hinduism, Islam, Buddhism, Sikhism, etc. Secularism is enshrined by the 42nd Amendment of Indian Constitution in 1976. It has ensured equal treatment of people in all aspects, regardless of their caste, religion, beliefs, etc. It gives some benefits to citizens also. The important benefit is religious freedom. People are free to follow the religion of their choice or not follow any. It is their choice. Fair decision making. The independence of state from religious groups ensures fair decision making, which is aimed at equal treatment of all the religious and non-religious groups. Third is freedom of speech. The ideology of secularism also enables people to express their opinions and beliefs freely. As in secular state, no religious groups can exert pressure of dominance, and all ideas and beliefs are expressed without fear and hesitation. Then one question came in my mind, whether the secularism following in democratic Western countries and India is same. Then I saw some differences are there, which I am going to narrate. In the West, the state is separate from functioning of all religious institutions and groups, whereas in India, it means that the state is neutral to all religious groups, but not necessarily separate. West believes in total non-interference of religion. The state can curtail the rights of citizens if religion hampers the functioning of the state. In India, the essence of secularism lies in forging a positive relationship between the state and the religion. The Western concept of secularism does not believe in an open display of religion except for places of worship. In India, all expression of religion is manifested equally with support from the state. The distinction between state in the West, the distinction between state and religion is clear and set in stone in Western secularism. There is no clear distinction between the state and religion in India. In the West, it does not give any aid to religious institutions through financial means or do not tax them. In India, the state gives financial aid to religious institutions and they tax them as well. A single uniform code of law is used to dispense justice regardless of religious background in Western states, whereas in India, the law is the same for all citizens, but certain personal laws with regard to marriage and property rights, etc., are different for every community. So, every country which comprises of various religious groups should ensure the application of secularism in the state to maintain the peaceful functioning of the society. In India, it needs to be understood that it cannot be truly secular with secularism just written in its book. Thus, the complete ideology has to be recognized with grace and implemented equally to all the people. Meanwhile, keeping a check on the government bodies for any unfair practice of religious groups to gain power. Thank you very much.
थैंक यू मोदी जी. बहुत ही क्या कहते हैं, मेरे लिए तो काफी दिमाग चाहिए ये सब समझने के लिए. तो बहुत अच्छा बोला आपने. वेरी नाइस. So thank you so much for that. And so we go to the next. हमारे अगले वक्ता हैं अग्रवाल जी, जो बहुत गंभीर नजर आते हैं लेकिन है नहीं, मुस्कुराते भी हैं. तो अग्रवाल जी आइए, आज आप क्या सुनाने वाले हैं?
थैंक यू वेरी मच. आज मैं सबसे पहले तो रमणी मूर्ति जी का धन्यवाद करना चाहूंगा, जिन्होंने एटलीस्ट मुझे ये कहा कि मुस्कुराते हैं लेकिन सीरियस हैं. ठीक है, धन्यवाद बहुत बहुत. और फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आई थैंक डॉक्टर सेनगुप्ता एंड हिज टीम to give me this platform to talk to you and express my views about what I want to say and to talk to you. Basically, I would like to say about balancing between negativity and positivity. Now, this is something every one of us know, that what is positivity, what is positive attitude, and what is negative attitude. Having a positive attitude means being optimistic about situations, interactions, and yourself. People with positive attitudes remain hopeful and see the best even in the difficult situations. In contrast, those with negative attitudes may be more pessimistic and disagreeable and typically expect the worst outcome in tough situations. Am I audible, madam? मेरी आवाज सुनाई पड़ रही है?
सुनाई पड़ रही है.
जी, सुनाई पड़ रही है सर.
Finding some balance between positivity and negativity could restore some sanity into our lives and help us weather the storm. After all, whether we are positive or negative can help us decide how to act during these times. We tend to be more overly negative when we receive flashes of past memories that left negative impressions. It's things that we wish we did differently, like say something different or stood up for someone or something. We all have negative biases in our lives. Please listen. We all have negative biases in our lives. This bias is the reason for us feeling the sting of insults or criticisms more than compliments or praise. It's the reason for us recalling our past traumas more often than warm memories, and we are faster to respond to negative events than positive ones. it is so easy for us to cling to all those negative events, and why the media these days is so effective. After all, many use the tactics of fear mongering to keep people in check and keep watching. On the other side, positivity is something we have to train ourselves to lean towards. It's not something we automatically move to, as we love bad news, gossips, and other negative triggers more than any other positive trigger. The system that we can use to get to that positive side is the realization that there is no good or bad side to begin with. This is something that we have to remind ourselves over and over again. Coming to think about on the flip side, not all positivity is as great as we think it is either. People have used positivity to shame those who struggle with depression, anxiety, or even had the occasional negative thoughts or feelings. It's very bad considering we know negative feelings are natural and things like depression and anxiety are complex mental processes that can't be fixed by simply thinking positive all the time. We have seen people use positivity to manipulate those around them. Toxic positivity is a way of positive thinking where we are denying the existence of all negative aspects. Having a deeper understanding of the positivity and negativity will allow us the opportunity to assign roles to these sides of our lives. We may treat positivity as an elevator, while negativity is anchor attached to the said elevator. Positivity allows us to freely go up and down, but we are constantly aware of where it is going and we have control over how far it will go. We can always put limit as we realize that going up too high can be dangerous. Negativity is our safeguard and it serves as a constant reminder to keep in check and not to go too high. With these kind of roles, it allows us to keep a positive mind most of the time, but it also lets us realize the negative aspects as well. Practicality is more important than positive mind, which along with so negative aspects helps us to control trying to do something that we are not capable of doing right now. How you assign positivity is up to you. But balancing is assigning these roles and sticking to them. The whole purpose of this is not to deny these emotions that we feel and to figure out how we can fuel them. We can use negativity to spark a message, change in life that can grant us various opportunities. We can then use positivity to stay the course, keep ourselves motivated, and give us hope for the future. It can help us to smile in the event of a setback and allow us to look at failures as lessons for deeper growth. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you so much, अग्रवाल जी. बहुत ही क्या उम्दा बात किया है आपने. और नेगेटिविटी और पॉजिटिविटी में सच में बहुत सीरियस टॉपिक है ये. कई लोग उस पॉजिटिविटी का फायदा उठा के लोगों को बहुत बहुत उकसाते हैं, जो सच में सामने वाले को बड़ी तकलीफ उठानी पड़ती है और वो और उस डिप्रेशन के अंदर चले जाते हैं. ये मैंने महसूस किया है काफी लोगों के साथ. और नेगेटिविटी जब आती है, मुझे लगता है ये एस्पेक्ट बहुत बड़ा है, जो जस्ट 2 वाक्यों में कहा नहीं जाता. बहुत अच्छा बात किया आपने. वेरी नाइस.
Thank you very much.
So we need to be careful whenever we talk to anybody, whether it is positive or negative. How it affects a person, we do not know. Thank you so much. Thank you. The next person who is going to come and talk today is Chaudhary ji. I think we'll have some new topic today again. So Chaudhary ji, आइए और अपना.
नमस्कार.
नमस्ते जी. नमस्ते.
आवाज आ रही है?
जी आ रही है. आ रही है जी. आ रही है.
मैं कुछ लिखता रहता हूँ और ऐसे ही कुछ 22 जून 2016 को लिखा था। तो आज वो मेरी नजर के सामने आ गया, तो मैंने सोचा आज आप सबके सामने अपनी ये छोटी सी पेशकश आपके सामने रखूं।
जी जरूर।
और इसका शीर्षक है तू ही तू, तू ही तू। मैं तेरा तो तू भी है मेरा, मैं तेरा तो तू भी है मेरा, ये है मेरा यकीन। मैं तेरा तो तू भी मेरा, ये है मेरा यकीन। मेरा तेरे बिना इस जहां में, तेरे बिना इस जहां में मेरा वजूद सिर्फ एक यतीम। यतीम कहते हैं ऑर्फन को। तेरे बिना इस जहां में मेरा वजूद सिर्फ एक यतीम। मेरे लिए तू राम में जैसा वैसा भी है रहीम में। दर्द कोई भी हो तुझ जैसा नहीं है कोई हकीम। दर्द कोई भी हो तुझ जैसा नहीं है कोई भी हकीम। कुदरत का हंसी नजारा है तू, कुदरत का हंसी नजारा है तू। सूरज की रोशनी चांद की चांदनी में है तू। हवा की गर्मी में, हवा की ठंडी में तू। जंगल में, पेड़ में, पहाड़ में, फूल में, रस में, तू ही तू, तू ही तू। जीवन देने वाला भी तू, जीवन देने वाला भी तू। अपने पास बुलाने वाला भी तू। दुख में भी तू, सुख में तू। माने कोई जो अगर तो तू ही तू, तू ही तू, तू ही तू। पाताल में, धरती में, आकाश में तू। पाताल में, धरती में, आकाश में तू। जन्नत में, दोजख में, दोनों जगह तू ही तू। जन्नत स्वर्ग और दोजख नरक। जिंदगी, जिंदगी मेरी, जिंदगी मेरी पर वजूद मेरा तू। जिंदगी मेरी पर वजूद मेरा तू। मौत के बाद मैं खत्म, बस तू ही तू, तू ही तू, तू ही तू। या खुदा बख्श दे नियामत जिंदगी में कुछ ऐसी। या खुदा बख्श दे नियामत जिंदगी में कुछ ऐसी। अब तक जिंदगी का सफर जैसा भी बीता, अच्छा या बुरा रियासत तो है तेरी। रियासत मतलब कहते हैं जिसका राज होता है, किंगडम। अच्छा या बुरा तो रियासत है तेरी। कुछ कुछ ना हो गुनाह मुझसे, ऐसी ऐसी दुआ दे देना। कुछ ना हो गुनाह मुझसे, ऐसी दुआ देना। तू तो ठहरा रहनुमा सबका, तू तो ठहरा रहनुमा सारी कयामत का। फरमान जारी कर देना मेरे हक में एक रुख्ता लिख के। झेलना ना पड़े जिंदगी में मौत में, जिंदगी और मौत में लड़ाई। झेलना ना पड़े जिंदगी और मौत में लड़ाई। पर कुछ ऐसा लिख देना रुक्का अपनी कलम से, जो दिन भी तू मुकर्रर करे। ना ही मुझे कोई इतराज है। जब आंख बंद हो तो फिर बंदी रहे, हे मेरे सरताज रहे। ना कोई छटपटाहट हो, ना कोई आहट हो, बस रुखसत हो जाऊं चटपट। तेरे पाक कदमों की ऐसी दुआ रखना कि ये चौखट तेरी रजा की, तेरी मजा की है। सब कहते हैं कि मुझको जो मिला तेरी बंदगी से मिला। मैं तो कहता हूं मुझे तो जिंदगी भी, बंदगी भी और सभी कुछ तेरे दर से ही मिला। मुझे जो कुछ मिला सब कुछ तेरे दर से ही मिला। दोस्तों, एक ही इल्तजा है आपसे, जिंदगी में कौन सी बात ना जाने आखिरी होगी, न जाने कौन सी रात आखिरी होगी। मिलते जुलते रहो सबसे, बातें करते रहो यारों, एक दिन न जाने कौन सी मुलाकात आखिरी होगी, कौन सी मुलाकात आखिरी होगी।
बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत अच्छा लगा सुन के। कविता से मेरा दूर दूर तक रिश्ता नहीं है लेकिन सुनने के लिए बहुत अच्छा लगा। आपने बहुत अच्छे से लिखा है। थैंक यू सो मच चौधरी जी। तो अगले वक्ता आ रहे हैं हमारे आनंद सक्सेना जी। आनंद जैसा नाम है वैसा ही वह व्यक्ति है। हमेशा मुस्कुराहट रहती है उनके चेहरे पे, always smiling face. It's very nice to have a smiling face always when you see a person. Very nice आनंद जी, आइए और आपके ज्ञान के झोले में क्या है देखें आज।
Thank you, Ramni Muthi ji. Thank you, Sen Gupta sir, for giving me once more the chance to speak on this platform, Sabki Suno program. In continuation of the talk, excellent talk by M. Agrawal sir, मैं उसी को थोड़ा आगे बढ़ाते हुए कुछ बात करना चाहता हूँ. I will talk about mind and body connection. Mind and body connection is a link between person's thoughts, attitudes, and behavior and their physical health. Brain and body are connected through neutral pathways made of neurotransmitters, hormones, and chemicals. These pathways transmit signals between body and brain to control our functions like breathing, digestion, pain sensation, to movement, thinking, and feeling. Physical health and emotional health are intimately intertwined in what is known as mind-body connection. Our chemistry and biology impact our mood and emotions, as well as our thoughts and beliefs. These facts play an important role in influencing our stress and physical health. It has been proved that stressful emotions decrease the immunity of the body. When individuals are stressed, their immunity goes down, they heal more slowly, and vaccination effect is also less. Talk therapy can strengthen the cell function and therefore enhance the body's ability to fight diseases. And it's a very good thing. SKS program also comes under talk therapy. In modern society, there are different kinds of diseases, and nervous tension can also be kind of diseases. But it is different from most of the disease because there is no germ or virus which causes this disease. It is a result of malfunctioning of the body and mind interaction. In fact, nervous tension is a psychosomatic disease. In true sense, psycho means mind, soma means body. To avoid nervous tension, we should understand what primary need of mind and body is, that mental and physical functions be regulated. Apart from this, we have another common form of stress called environmental stress. It is a result of many factors such as smoke, noise pollution, water pollution, air pollution, like that. Even in our daily routine work, sometimes we get tension. When we go by some public transport or go by our own car, suppose we have to go to airport to catch a flight and there is a traffic jam or some there's breakdown in the car or taxi where we are going. The tension is, it is inevitable, will have mental tension. Today, the people all over the world are anxious about the problems of mental tension. The scholars, doctors, psychotherapists, psychologists, they all are trying to determine the cause of tension and conflicts and to search out the remedies to overcome this type of problem. According to Rishi Patanjali, there are 5 states of minds. Shipta, there is extremely restlessness. Mure, inert. People are dull and inert under influence of tension. Vishupta, partially concentration. People are moody. Sometimes you see that some people are very nice to talk and all. Sometimes they are very angry. Sometimes they don't respond nicely. So this is Vishupta. Then Ekagra, full concentration of mind. And Niruddha, it is super conscious. It is for yogis and sannyasi. So main way is Ekagra. Ekagra means that concentration of mind. Our mind is very helpful to make our mind healthy and consequently our body. It can be achieved by various means, meditation, yoga, completely getting abroad in our activities, in our passions like singing, dancing, writing poems, photography, playing instruments like that. So if we are engaged in this type of activities, definitely our mental tension will be less and our mind will be relaxed. So once we are engrossed in such type of activities, our mind and body is completely engaged, taking away from tension. Our mind is still and does not wander aimlessly. And definitely it has impact on our physical health also. We may get annoyed or lose temper, or we are scared or depressed, we go under depression. So these things, if we are involved in this type of activities, we'll have not tension and our mind will be relaxed. Our mind will be docile and cool. Finally, I am of the opinion that mind is healthy. If mind is healthy, our body will be fit and fine, and vice versa. So that is small talk I want to do. Thank you very much.
Very nice. Very well said, sir. Very nice. It is really important to have a, happy mind, or maybe I can say, always to be calm, not even happy, calm mind. The calm mind is really very difficult to have, because आउटसाइड में जो चल रहा है तो वो चल ही रहा है, लेकिन हमारे अंदर जो कुरुक्षेत्र दिमाग में चल रहा होता है उसको काम करना बहुत ही मुश्किल काम है. तो काम रहने से, अंदर से काम होना है, तो फिर अंदर से हमें खुशी भी उतनी ही होती है. So that's very important. Very well said, sir. Very well spoken. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now our next, the one speaker who's going to speak is Alka Chadda. And she's been singing so beautifully for us. So today we'll see what she has to give us or speak. Alka Chadda ji, please.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everybody who is here in this platform. And thank you, Sengupta sir, madam, and each one of you who is present here. I'm going to tell you a small story once again. It was the month of November, 1978, early morning. It was a Sunday. And I was waiting. I was in second MBBS. I was studying. And my dad we were living in Bhabha Atomic Research Center colony, the Anushakti Nagar colony. My dad used to work in Bhabha Atomic Research Center. He was a scientist. And he used to go for a game of tennis in the morning. And by 7 o'clock or 6:30, he used to go. He used to be back by 8:39. It was 9:30 in the morning. And my mom, she had prepared idli sambar in the house. There was the aroma of the hing tadka, and the hot idlis were being prepared. And we were waiting for my dad to come home so that we can have a breakfast together. I was sitting in the window and looking out for him from his usual trail, the Pangandi from where he comes, but I could not see him. Then at that moment, there was a knock at my door. So I ran to the door to open the door. There was a young boy. His name was Naveen, and he was standing there with the tennis dress, that white t-shirt, white knicker, white shoes, and he was holding my dad's racket in his hand. So I asked him, where is Papa? Because we were all waiting for Papa to come. It's already quite late. So he just said quietly, he handed over the racket to me, and he said, Papa is in the dispensary. He's not feeling too well. The dispensary of Bhabha Atomic, that BRC dispensary, was just below my house. I ran from the 9th floor. I just ran down. And what I saw there was something is etched in my heart, in my soul forever. So what I saw over there was my father was in the curled up position, what is known as a fetal position, like the baby lies inside the wombs of the mother. He was curled up in such a way, holding his chest in his hand. There was pain written all over his face, all over in his eyes. There was pain oozing out. And when I saw him, I was just understanding that something is terribly wrong. The doctor there, she kept giving him one magenta colored liquid in a plastic jar, small jar like this. And she said that this looks like gas. And I've given him 5 of them. My father could hardly speak. He was feeling so weak. I was in second MBBS, so I was petrified. I was terrified. I was so scared. I was on the verge of crying. And I told doctor, can we take him to the bigger hospital? She said, yeah. And we rushed him. But before that, I had to tell my mom that something is wrong with dad and we have to go to the hospital. And I ran up again to tell her. By the time we could call the taxi, she was waiting for the ambulance. I said, no, we're not going to wait for the ambulance. And I went and told my mother that Papa is not feeling well and I'm taking him to the big hospital. So she started laughing. She said that nothing is wrong with your dad. Your dad is so healthy. He's an athlete. He's a swimmer. He teaches everyone to run. He's a player of tennis. He used to play badminton earlier and all of that. And he eats healthy and all of those things, you know. And I was thinking like my mom is wonky. She doesn't understand that anything can happen to anybody at any time. And I was in second MBBS. I was going on thinking of all the complications that can happen to my dad. Anyway, she said, I'm not coming to the hospital. You take daddy to the hospital and I'm going to pray. All she did was she was sitting in the puja ghar and she was praying and praying and praying. She handed over the Hanuman Chalisa to me and she handed over some other booklets and she said, go and see what happens. He'll be fine. So when I reached the hospital, the doctor did the electrocardiogram and sure enough, it was a pakka myocardial infarction. It was a heart attack, a severe heart attack, which we call it as the left anterior descending. There's a very big main artery of the heart, which was damaged and which had broken. And this happened because of a game of, probably a game of tennis, which he was playing with a very, very younger boy. Now, the doctor started giving me a lecture on lifestyle, on food, on all those kinds of things, you know, which we always do. You know, we as humans are so judgmental about other people. And as doctors also, we are judgmental. As otherwise also, we are very judgmental. And we start telling all those things. And he started giving me a lecture about your dad's lifestyle. And I was in no mood to listen, obviously. But lessons I learned from all of that. He admitted my dad in the hospital. There was no streptokinase, there was no angioplasty, there was no angiography. I'm talking about, I think, 1979 or 80 that time. That story is from that time. So he was admitted and 2 days were given to us. 48 hours are very, very crucial for my dad. And all that we can do is we can just pray. And I remember I being the eldest girl in the house, I was very scared and my 3 sisters were at home. And obviously I didn't tell them much, but I stayed there during those 2 days, full days in the hospital, in the ICU outside, reading those Hanuman Chalisa and other books which my mother had given me. 2 days passed and luckily my father came to the ward and then again, he came home after 3 weeks. And that was the most beautiful moment of our lives because when he was admitted and those 3 weeks when he was in the hospital, those were the times which were the most difficult for me because I had 3 younger sisters and I don't know what I was thinking. I was so scared, like my dad can't leave me at this time of my life. We are not even yet become big enough to get married and 3 more younger sisters are there. Who is going to support us? And what I want to tell you from this story is that we remember God at times like this. We don't remember God when we have everything in our lives. Sure enough, I learned my lesson when my dad came home. My mom welcomed him with the aarti, with the puja, with flowers. And she looked up at the sky and she said, this is by the grace of God that Papa has come home. And it was at that moment I realized that I was wrong because as a doctor, we think that we are the person who is curing the patient, but nothing can happen without the help of divinity. I also realized that she winked at my dad and she said, actually, you know, I was missing you a lot because I had no one to fight with. And the whole and the whole stress was, you know, eased out. So the power of humor, the power of a laughter, the power of a smile, the power of gratitude was inculcated in my house through my mother. And I feel that the adhyatam, what you call, the spirituality, what you call, was introduced to us by my mom. And my dad, being a scientist, he was a pioneer of science. But at the same time, there was an amalgamation and there was a meeting of spirituality and science in my house. And my dad became very, very spiritual with the influence of my mom. He used to go to lectures with my mom, and he used to be talking to the Swamijis and asking a lot of questions. And my mom, she only said one thing: just believe in the divinity, just accept the divinity. And today, let me tell you, friends, miracles, if we think that life is a miracle, then it is a miracle. Every small thing can be interpreted like a miracle, and everything, Abraham, I think it was Einstein who said that everything is a miracle if you think it is, or if you think it is not. And my mother used to always say that life is a miracle. And it is only by the grace of God that we can achieve what we want to achieve. Not even that patta can, you know, hilify. And we have so much of what you call, you know, arrogance in us as doctors that we are doing so much for the humanity. This is one thing that I want to say, but most important thing is what I liked about today's platform. It was so beautifully, all the topics were arranged so beautifully, and everybody has spoken about one very powerful topics. Whether it was Ujjalji, see, I was having this book with me, this Atomic Habits book, you know, and I'm also reading that book. But the idea of sharing our knowledge with everybody, I liked it so much today that I'm not going to miss a single program of Sabki Suno. Whether it is making a habit, whether it is positivity, whether it is negativity, whether it is the poem which Chaudhary ji said, कि क्या पता आज आखिरी बात हो, क्या पता आज आखिरी रात हो, क्या पता आज आखिरी मुलाकात हो. This sentence no says पूरा जिंदगी का जो है ना, it summarizes everything in our life. And I just want to share that we don't know what we are going to do tomorrow, but today we have the present moment. If we can share our love, affection, kindness with the people around us, that it should not be very late tomorrow. I met a young girl, 13-year-old, just 2-3 days back. She was diagnosed with a condition in her liver. And she started telling me, Auntie, I want to do the things that I really want, I love. So what we are doing in this platform are the things that we love. And if we have to share our love and affection and gratitude for the people that whom we love, we can do it right now, just in this moment. We don't need a big platform. We don't need a big time for that. But today I'm so happy to share my thoughts with all of you and to listen to all of you. And I'm very, very grateful to each one of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Alkaji. You have spoken the truth of life. I understand what is when you miss a person, when you miss a family member. I can very well understand. I too lost my father when I was at a young age. So we understand very well how it feels when you miss a person, when you miss a family member. It's very easy to go and talk to people and say, Dheeraj rakho, you know, all that talks really doesn't matter at that time of a point, because when a person loses somebody or somebody is in the hospital with a serious condition, it's really, really difficult. So that's very correct, that live this moment and be happy. We do not know what the next moment is going to be. Thank you so much for your talk. And with this, we come to our end of our program. Only one person to be spoken is me. So since you people have bared me for so much time, so for another few minutes. So today I'm going to speak about benefits of turmeric, haldi. Ayurveda has made us come to terms with the immense benefits of ingredients used while cooking that outweigh their uses in the kitchen and stand next to conventional treatment options that involve chemicals. the antiseptic and microbial, anti-allergic and anti-inflammatory properties found in turmeric. Boosts immune system. Curcumin, the main ingredient found in the turmeric, is loaded with antibacterial, antimicrobial, anti-allergy properties that work like a miracle to strengthen the immune system. It can be given to any person, whether it's children, lactating mothers, or to patients after surgery, to speed up healing and build resistance against diseases. It is also proven to prevent diseases and infections and helps the body fight unwanted pathogens. Promotes skin health. The antioxidant properties of turmeric fight cell damage and wear and tear of tissues, living with a younger and brighter looking skin. Turmeric milk helps clear blemishes and can also be used as a face mask made from blending both ingredients into a paste. Turmeric milk mask helps in reducing pimples, blackheads, redness due to rashes and allergies. It is widely known as a natural antiseptic that helps fight acne and delay aging, leaving brighter and healthier looking skin. Cures cough. Famous for its healing powers, turmeric is also known to cure cough if consumed with hot milk. Golden milk is ideal for banishing cough and cold as it provides heat to your body and helps to fight germs and leads to eradication of respiratory issues. Consumption of warm turmeric milk helps soothe irritation in throat. Addition of honey in turmeric milk works wonders in helping you get rid of throat pain and itchiness that arises in dry cough. Good for diabetes. Those suffering from diabetes and the ones who are prone to developing this disease must try golden milk for a considerable length of time to see its amazing results. Curcumin is known to lower glucose levels in blood and leads to reduction in other complications arising in diabetes. Turmeric is also added to many over-the-counter supplements, but little people know that golden milk alone can stabilize blood sugar levels and make diabetes more manageable without any kind of supplements. Strengthen bones. The main constituents of turmeric include certain vital nutrients that are necessary for healthy and strong bone development. You must have noticed many doctors advising turmeric milk to patients suffering from fractures, since it has proven to be miraculous in healing fractures. Furthermore, calcium in milk helps quicken the process of bone development and repair. Turmeric milk also provides essential nutrients you only get from a balanced diet if you have missed your meals. It is rich in calcium and vitamin D, which are necessary for strong bones, especially for women who remain at risk of suffering from osteoporosis on the reaching middle age. Contributes to better digestion. The turmeric milk is consumed at night time, helps fight bloating with its anti-inflammatory properties, and also contributes to reduction in acid produced in the digestive system that causes heartburn. With such profound benefits, turmeric milk is perfect substitute to plain milk or other health drinks in winter. It is best had before bedtime and works for all ages except for those with lactose intolerance. The benefits are enough to motivate you in drinking golden milk. It does take time to show results, but in the longer run, only turmeric milk can supply such vast amount of benefits with any side effects, without any side effects, unlike other synthetic supplements. So friends, don't wait to start a healthy routine with a turmeric milk and see the magic it brings to your life. Thank you so much. And we come to the end. Hope you people have enjoyed all the topics and got a lot of gyan today. So, आशा करती हूँ आप सबको ये प्रोग्राम अच्छा लगा होगा. धन्यवाद और नमस्कार. Thank you.
Thank you, Ramji. Thank you. Excellent.
Nice anchoring, Ramani ji.
Yes, nice anchoring.
Thank you, sir.